Good morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you are watching this. I'm going to do another video, teach you settings that would be great for teachers to use in their classroom. This is on the premium version of Zoom, so there might be some settings that you might not have access to yet unless you got access to that. Um, so first thing, get to zoom.us. I want you to sign in. Again, we're going to sign in with Google. Press the wrong button there. Sorry about that. I'm going to sign in with Google. I'm going to use my teacher account. Okay, goes in, should go in automatically. What you want to do is you want to go down to your settings. In your settings, you got a couple different options: security, schedule a meeting, in meeting basic, advanced, email, other. We already did this with breakout rooms, how to get there. So there's a couple things in here that are awesome. Waiting room, I suggest everybody has that selected, just so that students who might come to your class early that are scheduled for period 2 as opposed to period 1, they don't just jump on in and start talking. So enable a waiting room so that you can allow students to come in when they join. You can approve them. I have all these unselected for passcodes. Just makes it a little bit easier. Some student might have a message pop up that says that they need a passcode to enter. If you unselect those, it works really well. Also, this one, embed passcode into the invite link. As you schedule meetings and send out invites, it'll put the password right into it, and they click on the link. It's already automatically up there. When I schedule meetings, I always join without the video on. Same with the participants. I don't want them to come on in and have their video already on, because who knows what they're doing on the other end. So make sure that that's clicked off so that they have to turn their video on. Telephone, computer audio, I use both of them. And then join before host. You can have students be able to do that. I don't have that clicked. I have it off. It will say when they pop up that you have to wait for the host to start the meeting. A couple other things here that I have clicked. You can kind of check them out if you want. For you, these are kind of just set for my class and my personal settings. So whatever fits best for you. I'm just going to go over a couple good ones that I think are great for teaching. Enabling the chat. I also prevent students from saving the chat, and I also prevent students from sending one-to-one messages into chat. I don't want them talking to each other privately, sending things, talking about other people. Just kind of makes it a little bit easier so they can't send chats to each other, private messages in Zoom. That's just me personally. And then when someone joins or leaves, I have a sound that pops up. That's for me. If you want people to send files back and forth, they can send a file transfer. It's great for teachers to send something up to a student. If I have a document that I want my students to get and they can't find it somewhere, I can just send it straight to them onto their computer that way, as opposed to them trying to go find it somewhere else. Also, I would be able to assign a co-host. If you teach a push-in class or have a co-teacher for a class, having co-host is always good too. This is awesome. Polls. You can add polls to meeting controls. How are we feeling about that question? Who got that answer right? All that kind of stuff. And they can respond. Live feedback is great. So I would do that. That's an in-meeting basic. Polls is a great one to have. Screen sharing, I have it set for me or host only. And then you can allow other students or other people in the meeting to share their screen by giving them specific permission. I would do it that way. Annotations. You can click that. You can go look at those. Whiteboard, if you're going to be using whiteboards, you can have that in there as well. Great thing to have. Nonverbal feedback and meeting reactions, another great way for students to kind of participate without having to speak up if they're nervous. It gives a bunch of different things: thumbs ups, slow down, speed up, I'm good, can I get a break, that kind of stuff. These are two great features that I would select: nonverbal feedback and meeting reactions. I also have allowed removed participants to rejoin unmarked. If there's somebody who jumps in there and is just continually trying to jump back in, and cause problems, I had that in my spring trimester. You can allow them to not rejoin from the same account, and then you can talk to them directly later if it's a student. If it's just a random person that somehow got the link, then good, shouldn't be there anyway. And this is also a big one that we want you to know about: allow participants to rename themselves. You do not want them to be able to rename themselves. so that they can change their name to Fart4732 or whatever it is. You don't want them to do that. So I would unclick that one. That's in basic as well, allowing participants to rename themselves. Breakout rooms we talked about. Hopefully you got that going. Closed captions for someone to type in closed captions, as well as language interpretation if someone in your class needs a Spanish translation and there is somebody in that class who knows Spanish and they're willing to do it. You can have them type up, you can assign them to type up translations. That's pretty good. I mean, there's a lot of other things in here that you can go through and look at. I would look at your email notifications about what's happening, like when attendees join a meeting before the host. So let's say you're 15 minutes before the class starts and you haven't joined in, and you have about 5 students who come in, you'll get an email that says that you have some students who are waiting for you, and you can go in and check that. There's a lot of other settings in here that you can check and personalize for yourself. And those videos a little bit longer than my previous ones. But if you have any questions, please reach out to me. You can email me or come to my classroom, all that kind of stuff. I hope you have a great day and hope everything is going well.